Hey
Hi,
guys, hey guys, what's going on? So today I'm talking to Juan from Prosperitrade, and it's going to be an interesting conversation. I think we kind of came together on my Stock Alerts Reviewed Facebook page, and then I came across his YouTube channel. So welcome to the channel.
thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so this should be interesting because for the last few years I've been doing a lot of reviews on different stock alert services. But one of the things that I'm trying to focus on a little bit more is people that are giving things out for free, right? So just lots of cool free content out there. And you're one of the channels that I found recently that really does some good stuff. So I was wondering if you could give me a quick overview because I don't really know much about you. So I'm curious like what your background is, like how long have you been trading and that kind of thing.
Yeah. So I am kind of new to the YouTube scene. As far as trading and investing, I've been doing it probably close to 11, 12 years.
Oh yeah.
I started off as day trading. Career-wise, I'm in upper management, and I do a little bit of everything in upper management. Sometimes do some B2B marketing, business development. So, having to have a niche and understanding good business and businesses that you're going to partner to and market to is a quality that's very useful when you're finding stocks that you want to invest in long term. So that's helped me out as far as career wise, and being able to look at numbers and things like that, finance papers and income statements and stuff like that has definitely helped me in my transition in trading.
Cool. Do you
So,
have
but I started off day trading, which has nothing to do with fundamental analysis.
right?
And I really, the first year or two, I spent a lot of money studying with every guru you can pay.
Yeah.
I did it all. I did all the trading rooms. And what I did differently than everybody else, well, I can't say than everybody else. What I did though myself is I created an Excel sheet, and I really just kind of journaled every single trade I took and made categories based off of market cap, float, success rate, the times that I traded it, and just kind of found that if you're trading certain stocks and you're successful at 40% to 60%, you're not really going to be that profitable. So I found some patterns that were successful for me and gave me a 60 to 70% success rate, which is profitable.
Cool.
And I just stuck to that and just did that for years, day trading. And I treated it like a part-time job. I mean, at the end of the year, I had an extra 10, 20, 30, 40,000 from day trading. And, I wish I would have invested it properly, but I just, kind of just spent it and did that every year for quite a while.
What gurus did you follow, and did you end up only being profitable when you started to use your own strategies or modify their stuff?
So the gurus, everyone that you can think of, I've done their classes. The most popular ones. If you name them, I've taken some sort of class. Yeah, and then I actually kind of worked with two of them, and I'm not going to name them, but I worked with them in the capacity of giving alerts and helping them grow their channel early on. They're a lot bigger now. And one of the main reasons I stopped doing that, this is the reason I won't name them, because it didn't feel honest. Like I started seeing a pattern where and I don't want to. I'm trying to use my words wisely. I don't want to expose anybody because there's people that I guarantee them. You can Google them. They have like a million commercials. But the thing that bothered me the most was, they would choose low float stocks and their alerts, and the stuff would pop up in their scanner, and it had a certain color, for example, and it means that, oh, this is a low float stock. But they would jump in and, they have a few seconds advantage over everybody else, and they'll jump in with 25,000 shares. Everybody buys it, it spikes up. And as it's spiking up, they're offloading with hotkeys. And then if it doesn't continue, they just offload the whole thing. Right. Which is okay. It's fine. But then when I would do like a lot of private sessions with a lot of chat members, almost 90-something% of them were losing money because of that. Yeah. So, and I just found that pattern that's the reality of it. 90-something% of people that follow these chat rooms are going to lose money because of what these gurus are doing. And I couldn't do that anymore. It bothered me a lot.
Makes sense.
So I kind of separated myself from those guys. I didn't expose them. I didn't do attack videos, but I just, people know what it is. I think it's understood. And what they do though, they'll have like a few students like myself that are successful, and then they'll just promote them. But that's just, we're just a few, we're the ones that put in a lot more work and realize, oh, we got to do this ourselves and not depend on them. And that's why we're successful.
Yeah.
But that's a very small percentage, and they don't want that because they want that membership, monthly membership.
That's the problem, right? A lot of these groups are like that, and everybody complains about that kind of stuff. And this idea that you only take the winning trades and the winning students and portray them, it's what's getting people into a lot of trouble with like the FTC and things like that. But it's hard.
Right.
It must be hard to market your services. Like, like when you buy when you put on a car commercial or something, you show it in its best possible light. So I can kind of see the issues like between marketing honestly and fairly with like, but also making it a good ad as well, right? So that must be a fine line to walk. So
it is a thin line. It is a thin line. It is difficult to kind of balance in between, honesty and all that. I definitely understand that. I just felt like these guys in particular, in the beginning, they were getting rich off of membership and selling their courses and not from day trading, so I don't know. But I mean, I think so. In my opinion, though, I like day trading still. I think like if 100%, you should always either choose some growth stock, value stock, some ETFs, and always put money in, for the next 20, 30 years. But if you have like a couple thousand, I would think the fastest way to grow it is day trading. Because if you put your, let's say $2,000 in an ETF and it gains 10%, that's not much at the end of the year. But if you have some money that you're willing to depart from, or you're not too attached to, try to day trade it. And I've started off a year with 5,000, and at the end of the year had like 40 something thousand. That'll never happen in the ETF.
Yeah.
But at the same time, day trading has a threshold. If you have too much money, I wouldn't recommend day trading. I would say, okay, now it's a little bit more difficult, as you scale up, and but there's a sweet spot for day trading. But I definitely love day trading. I don't do it as much. I do swing trading, I do options, and value investing also.
Yeah, I saw that on your channel. So I was looking at different playlists. Can you see them coming up here on your screen?
Yeah. I don't think are the other people able to see the screen or not?
I should be able to, yeah. Screen sharing. Yeah, it should be recording as a screen share.
Okay.
Should be. Hope so. If not, we'll have to do this whole thing again at some point. Yeah, so I was looking through some of your different channels, playlists. And it looks like you do quite a variety of different things here, from portfolio updates all the way to just like educational stuff. And it seems like
so I don't do I don't oversaturate with a whole bunch of alerts. I try to be calculated, and if I can share my screen, I can actually share kind of like a portfolio. I don't know if.
Yeah, let's have a go at that. That'll be interesting to try. So let me see. So
and you would have to enable it, I believe.
Yeah. So I'll stop sharing mine, and then all participants, event sharing options, all participants. Who can start sharing when someone else is sharing? All participants. All right, so yeah, do you want to try sharing your screen now? I think it should work.
All right, I see here.
I'll stop sharing mine. Hold on, stop share. There we go. All right, so I've stopped sharing, so hopefully yours lets you share.
All right.
All right, I can see it. Yeah, I can see it now.
So I mentioned when we spoke, I said I really like just taking advantage of every aspect of the stock market, whether that's day trading, whether that's swing trading, trading options. I've done videos on options. Some of my alerts, for example, let me show you. Like if I feel like it's a riskier alert, I'll give you instructions. And this is all I've done for free. So like this was a stock that I was bullish on because of past resistance and support, and I felt like it was going to start to turn around, but I wasn't 100% convinced. So I put it in a form of, buying a call and selling one just to minimize and kind of like hedge your own position and mitigate that risk, so
Yep.
I like to try to like be diverse in that way where it's just not buy a call, sell a call, or buy a stock or sell a stock.
Mhm.
So the categories down here, for example, like these are growth stocks, right? And there's a difference between growth stocks and value plays. Growth stocks have higher risk, higher rewards, but they haven't proven themselves like financially, right? They haven't had a stable amount of revenue for a certain amount of year. They're not stocks that Warren Buffett would invest in.
Right.
So it's kind of like high risk here, but I enjoy those stocks because some of them just have interesting science and interesting things that they're coming out with. And you see here, there's a good mix of red and green, but overall, if you traded every single one of these stocks when I alerted them, you would be up 70% so far.
Yeah, it's good. Look at 40% winners there. Definitely outweigh the losing ones.
Yeah, but even the losing ones, like the thing with stock, like the thing with the YouTube world, what I've noticed is people want instant gratification. They want you to make an alert and they want to see it go up 90% tomorrow.
I know.
But that's just not how the stock world works. Like if you see a company, right, and you truly believe in company, and for example, SMTI or SMLR, right? SMLR is a company that they're going to solve a problem. They're going to, they're a company that's detecting peripheral artery disease, real early stages. Right now, if you go to the doctor and you have peripheral artery disease, it's one of the most undiagnosed diseases in the United States right now. And it can lead to a lot of other things. And it's undiagnosed because if you're asymptomatic, you don't have symptoms, they're not going to send you to do the special testing to diagnose if you have it or not. But this company here, they created kind of like a pulse ox, like a pulse ox when you put on your finger for oxygen saturation.
Mhm.
It's the same concept, but they can diagnose if you have peripheral artery disease.
Wow.
So yeah, I love that concept. I feel like it's going to solve an issue. And then on top of that, this company has good financials. So this is a growth stock, and it's up 13%. But I before I posted this video on YouTube, I did like 2 weeks of research. I called somebody from investor relation. I printed out like their last 3 years, their financials, the 10Qs, 10Ks, and read everything. And then I made a video. So if you followed every alert, every video, which I do a deep dive in, you would be up 70% this year. And these are the riskier stocks. Now,
That's awesome.
with the swing trades, so I was doing great. This company here was my best one, BLRX. And you actually can see the video before it spiked and the video I made after it spiked.
Nice.
And there was actually another major YouTube that it was shared in his Discord, and a lot of people in his Discord made a lot of money. And he gave me a shout out in one of his videos. And these are my swing trades. These are more like companies that either are about to hit some support and I feel like they're going to turn around and you're just going to take advantage of the swing, or I enjoy the biomedical field, so I'm going to buy the rumor and sell the news type of thing. So these are high.
Sorry, I noticed that you seem to have quite a decent knowledge of medical stuff. Have you got any medical background or anything? Because of the way you're talking about the
So the management is healthcare management, and
Oh.
so I have a background in healthcare, and I actually done everything in emergency medicine, from flown in helicopters and emergency medicine stuff. So yeah, that's kind of like my favorite, my comfort zone.
I thought it might be because I watched a few of your videos and they were on biomedical stuff as well. One was a lung issue, like bronchiostasis or something, and I was like, the way this guy's talking about this, because I happen to know a bit about it, even though I can't say the word. I was like, this guy knows about this stuff, so I figured you might have some sort of medical background. That's pretty cool. Helps.
Yeah, so yeah, I do, and that's why you see I have a good amount of biomedical stocks here.
Yeah.
And they've done all well. And this company here, FBRX and INSM, this was my biggest loss ever in my life. Like this was like that. I when I reevaluated it, I did make some mistakes. I probably made a video too soon, and I did a follow-up and I talked about it. but it dropped 80% because they didn't get FDA approval
That's always the
for
risk
their
with these things, isn't it? Always the risk.
it was terrible, man. I felt so bad, like it almost made me want to quit, because it's like you're trying to provide the service, and you had in the comments, hey, I lost money, and it's a terrible feeling.
Interesting that you hold through the events. I've always played FDA stuff like for the run up rather than holding through the actual event, but that way you kind of miss out on the big wins, but also miss out on the big losses if there is.
Yeah, but even with that 80% loss, the swing trades are still up 80% for the year. Before this, they were up 160 something percent because I had this 90% gain and all that. So after this happened, it prompted me to start value plays. And so with value plays, you're basically looking to find a company that's worth $1 and you want to buy it for 50 cents. You want to find good, reliable companies that have steady revenue. But for some reason, there was an overreaction in the market, there was a correction, and their price dropped and they're discounted right now. And, that takes research, that takes looking at their financials and coming up with an intrinsic value, creating a DCF. And that's what I started doing with this portfolio here. And my first one was Intel on the 3rd, and that's up 0.82%. But Intel is just a steady company. I just feel like they have so much free cash flow. Their management is so strong. And I feel like down in the next few years, they're going to be able to compete with some of the other companies, because AMD came in and took a lot of their market share. But I feel like they're going to do some things and be able to capture some of that market share back. Then I had Best Buy, which I felt was undervalued. I felt like it should be trading at a higher price. And then Sunday, I did 5 alerts basically, which was just this Sunday, stating that I was going to buy them this Monday. And really it was perfect timing, because there was I don't know if you saw Monday how much the market dipped.
Yeah, I did.
So it was actually like, I already felt like these stocks were undervalued. And then that big market dip, when I made these videos on Sunday, you can see it's one video and it talks about these 5 stocks and the DCF value. And I said I was going to buy it on Monday. And when the market opened, they all dipped. So I got in at an even cheaper price. And that gets back to my point, right? If I like a pair of sneakers and you go to the store and they're selling for $100, and the guy says, they're worth $100, but they're selling for 50, right? What is that? Are you going to be upset? You can be like, no, I want to pay 100. And then you put them on and now they're worth 40, or 30. You may buy another pair and save them. So like when they go back up in value, you're going to sell them at $100. So that's investing. You buy these stocks and they may drop, sometimes they drop more, but if nothing has changed fundamentally, then your thesis of what you think the value of that company should be shouldn't change either.
Right. And that's a hard thing to do. It's kind of impressive that you went from day trading to more value and growth, because it's quite a different mindset, right? Like when you're day trading, it's often momentum. So you're like kind of buying high and then selling higher. But with the other one, it's like the opposite kind of thing. So it's cool that you made that transition.
I would say day trading did not prepare me in any aspect of any bit, not one portion of it prepared me for growth investing or value investing. It's 2 totally different worlds. I mean, I'll mix it once in a while. I'll do my videos, and then at the end, I'll talk about some technical analysis. Yeah. But a value investor really doesn't care about technical analysis, because he's like, look, I'm gonna hold this stock for the next 10, 20 years. What do I care about support, resistance, RSI? And so, but yeah.
Yeah, and then so this is your channel, and you started it, I think you said 6 months ago, roughly.
Yeah. So let me see. I started it. Where's the date? Oh, here. March 3rd.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. That's cool.
So just 7 months ago. Sorry. Yeah, just 7 months ago. I comparing it to other people that's had their channel for 5, 6, 7 years. I was told that the growth rate right now is pretty fast.
That's what I think, yeah. It's
not too bad. I did have some help, I'll be honest with you. So like there's some other major YouTubers like Sean and We Are Investing, Tom Nash. I don't know if you're familiar with those guys.
Yeah.
A lot of them have helped me out, and we've kind of shared information and as far as stocks, and they've shouted me out in their community or in their discords, and that's always helped with some spike here and there. Because I remember when you start your channel and it's at 0, you're like, man, how am I going to get 1 or 2 and 3?
Yeah. No, it's cool. You definitely have grown quite quickly. It took me about a year to go to about the same subscribers that you're at after 6 months. So, and that was with help from my Facebook group and 4 blogs that I run. So that's really good growth, man. It's good. I can see why, because you're given more value than most of these like paid gurus out there for free
Yeah.
on your channel. So of course people are gonna love it and
Yeah.
subscribe and follow.
I've also like a lot of the gurus that are popular. I have shared information with them that they've shared on their channel. It's I told you like when we were chatting. I'll be honest with you. It's the same way someone looks at a sports game. I look at stocks the same way. Like it's that entertaining to me. Like to look at a company. To look at a company that's been successful for 10, 20, 30 years and they have no debt and they have cash flow and they're still growing this far in the game, or a company that's created a moat for themselves, or like just watching some of these other YouTube guys and how they analyze certain companies. I get as much pleasure as someone watching a playoff game or a Super Bowl. It's the same thing for me. I just really enjoy it, and that's how I started watching you. And I saw you on Facebook, and I appreciate how you interview people and you get a lot, you extract a lot of information and give a lot of exposure to your followers to other tactics, and it's just something I really appreciate. I just love watching it.
Yeah, yeah. So where are you going to go from here? So that's the next question. You have a stock Twitch channel, right? Or
I do. I recently started all of that and I have not advertised any of it. I'll be honest with you. So I've when I was in my 20s, I was all about entrepreneurship. I flipped houses. I had my own trucking business that did very well. The last 5 years in working in upper management, I have a lot of autonomy. I have a lot of perks and well taken care of. So it's kind of like killed my entrepreneur spirit a little bit.
that's
When I
interesting.
Yeah, so when I do these videos and edit them, it's fun for me. It's entertaining. Having to put in extra work to do the Discord and all that stuff, I haven't really fully motivated myself yet. But I think I want to continue to grow the channel and eventually have an active Discord where we can have active alerts. I do want to day trade live and create a pre-market watch list live in front of the channel and let them decide what stocks they're going to pick. Also kind of like a full course on like, a lot of people ask me, how do you create a DCF, for example, or a free cash flow DCF? Just a full course, where you can learn to do it, because it's hard to learn to do it from a video. You need to really just have a few sessions. You need to be able to ask tough questions. Where do you find this exactly? Because sometimes they'll show a video and they say you need to input this, and that. But then you look at the income statement, and it's labeled under something differently. It's like it has a different title, so it can get confusing if you have no exposures to reading financials and stuff.
Yeah, and I think that's something I come across a lot. Is you're given all this free content, and then there's the other side where people just give out premium paid content. I'm of the mindset that like if you're given such good free stuff, it's absolutely like getting paid for it it's worth it, because everybody benefits, right? You're more motivated, hopefully, to give people more value because I know I feel a responsibility to people if I'm selling subscriptions to Discord or whatnot. Like it motivates me to make sure they're getting the best value possible. And I think a lot of people that are signing up for these services or buying courses, they don't really get that. They just think that you're somehow becoming rich from these courses or Discords or whatever. And often it's just not the case, but everybody's benefiting. And something I come across quite a bit is that people say, well, why should I pay you for this stuff? Because like you were giving it out for free on your YouTube channel or somebody else is giving it out for free. And I always tell them, well, when you have a course or something that you put together, you're paying for the extra value, the packaging it all together, so it's like something that you're motivated to work through and everything. You got any thoughts on that? Because
I think that's a great point. Like somebody, it's not like I'm hiding stuff. Like I gotta have a secret grail of technical. If you follow my special EMA, you're gonna get rich. I don't have nothing special, and I share everything I know And it's fun for me. But I think obviously if I wanted to make it where I'm gonna treat it like a business, then I have to definitely add more value, like you said, and it'll probably be something where you add like that special package and just more detail, more information. And then I would think like if I put a course together, I would want to offer like anybody who signs up for it, like once a week, we'll go through each chapter type of thing. That's kind of like the approach I would take.
Yeah. Well, I like your ethical approach. I think it's one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you a little bit more is I really like what you're doing, giving stuff for free, and you're clearly got the best intentions at heart for people and just helping the trading community. So, yeah. So do you have anything else to add or something we've missed about like anything you're doing or that we should know about or?
So actually, like I spent the last 2 days kind of like putting together some notes for future thing. If you're, if you want to follow, kind of like my next train of thought, next thing that I want to do, my next project for the next year. I have quite a few projects, but this one I like it the most because I actually had a couple young people that were in high school. They messaged me and they were like, "Look, we want to invest, but we don't know how to save money." So I was like, I told my kids one time, so making money has never been a problem for me. I told my kids if they want to learn to budget and save money, look at everything I do and do the exact opposite.
Yeah.
I am I am the worst when it comes to budgeting. Like I have just I don't, I'll go to the store and if I can save $7 between this item and that item, I don't even look at it. I just grab, there's nothing. I don't have no good habits when it comes to budgeting. I just splurge. I buy whatever, and it's terrible.
Yeah.
So I need to fix that for myself. So this is a project that I'm putting together, and it's to help out, some actual people that sent me. They'd say, "Look, we want to start trading, but we can't save money, and how much should we start trading with?" So I'm putting something together, and really, what I'm saying is, okay, you should start off if you want to day trade with, I would say $10,000, right? I think that's a good number. So how do you achieve $10,000? So I want to make it a whole project. It's 1 year, you're going to save $10,000, right? In that year, we're going to educate ourselves, whether that's through paper trading, through classes, through videos that I'll make so that by the time the year comes and you have that $10,000, you have a foundation, right? You've already paper traded. You've taken a lot of my you've watched a lot of my videos, and you've watched me maybe day trade. I have videos here where I've actually recorded myself day trading, and you can watch that. So you have an understanding. So that'll be part of it, part benefit. By the time you get to that year, you're ready. How do you get to that goal? It'll be just like any long journey. It starts off with one step, right? So they say like if you want to eat an elephant, it's one bite at a time.
Yeah.
So the way I kind of took that mindset and approach, okay, what's 10,000? For some people, 10,000 is a huge, unrealistic number, right? I said, let's look at it as $27.40 a day. I said, okay, that's how I want to approach it. Your goal is to save money, right? We'll create a budget. We'll look at, and in my video, we're going to create a budget together. And it's for myself too. I'm not the expert. I just say, okay, I'm researching it. I'm learning how to do it, but I got to apply it to myself. So hopefully I pick up some new habits. We look at a budget and we look at the income versus expenses, and we delegate or designate actually a certain amount of your income towards emergencies, towards investment, towards debt, while paying your expenses. And if you spend $14 for lunch, start making sandwiches or find that 20. So, the goal is every week we're finding ways to save money, ways to budget so that we can get that $27.40 every day and put that into, I'm going to, put together like on M1 Finance, like a ETF, couple ETF and couple growth stocks. And every day just put 27.40 in there, right?
Nice.
So at least that money is growing. And then every couple of weeks, I'm also going to research things and find out how to make, not passive income because everything takes effort, but something you can do extra aside of your job to add. And, I came up with like selling T-shirts, the thing, just crazy things that I'm going to reach.
Type stuff, yeah.
Yeah, just crazy things, not like affiliate stuff, because affiliate people, they sell you the world, but you have to sign up for their program and that's how they make money.
Right.
But like, data entry or customer service or transcribing, I don't know if those things work or not. I don't know if they're a scam or not, but I'm going to research it myself. And if they work, and if you make a couple $100 a year or whatever, then I'm gonna say, okay, just do this. It only takes 1 hour a week. And now if that's bringing in, let's say $20 a week, you deduct that $20 from the 2740, divided by whatever, so now instead of you having to save 2740 a day, you only have to save 25 because you found another source of revenue.
Exactly.
And that's going to be kind of like the approach. I'm still like, I've been outlining it since last night. And that's kind of the approach I want to take. So it's kind of like, we got to get to 10,000 by 2740 a day. We'll do it by saving money and finding other means of income, other revenue that you can do easily from home or from computer. And I'll be the test dummy. I'll look it up. I'll find out how to do it. And then I'll make a video on it to tell you, hey, this is profitable. This is not profitable.
Very cool. So like personal finance. Very cool. I'll look forward to that because I'm actually interested in that kind of stuff too. And you mentioned transcription and things like that. And I actually have a personal finance blog all about like budgeting and saving money and doing these side hustles like transcribing services, proofreading services and things like that. I've always been quite interested in that kind of thing. So we should definitely.
If we need to work together or share information and stuff, because my knowledge on these things right now is basically zero, right? Like anything from those things, I've always felt like they were a scam. I felt like they were a pyramid scheme, because I see like a million videos and advertisements about drop shipping and this and that. So I'm like, how can everybody be making money? It can't be that easy. Why are they spending money on Facebook ads if they're making so much money? So, I'm starting from zero as far as, I'm outlining and I'm looking at ways to make extra money. And I came up with shirts and whatever, Upwork, if you have a skill like editing or whatever, just do 1 hour of work on Upwork and maybe that'll make you 2740, or that's kind of the goal, whether, because not everybody could save enough money to make 2740 a day, because that's 10,000 a year. But we're going to find a way to save money and make extra money so we can reach that goal of saving 10,000 a year and learn how to budget together.
Well, one thing you should look into if you don't know about it already, it's something I'm just getting into, is helium hotspots. Have you heard of those? So they're kind of like crypto miners. I'm not going to go into it in detail, but that could be something to add to your idea list for making some, and it is passive income. So a couple of my friends are doing it and they're making a few $100s completely passively from it every month. So it might be worth researching that and adding that into your.
Absolutely. And it just takes an initial investment, buying some sort of, I guess, equipment or something, right?
Yeah. So you buy them for about $500. So you make that back within the first couple of months, depending on where you live, maybe 1 month if you live in a good area. It's the Internet of Things, like connecting everything together. It's fairly new, but it's pretty interesting. So there's stuff like that out there that if you research and find, then you can start making $20 a day.
That'll be great. I'll definitely look into that. I started looking into those video games that you play games and watch videos. Those are all terrible. Like, oh my gosh! Like I had a headache like researching that stuff. I was like, man, there's. I tried downloading one and I was like, I was on a thing for like 2 hours and I got like 0.08 cents. I was like, nah, that ain't gonna work.
Yeah, I tried all that a long time ago as well. It's a no-go.
That's the word.
Anyway, I think that's awesome. I don't really have any other questions for you, so I'll leave a link in the description below the video to some of your stuff. And let's do this again sometime. Maybe once you get your stuff with the passive income and things going, we could have another debate or discussion about that stuff too. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah. And then like it can go, the theme, when I'm talking about budgeting, if you already have some experience and you can share something with us about budgeting. Because I'm going to be going off of research, and it's not going to be off of what's worked for me in the past, because I have no good history of budgeting. I have zero history of budgeting. I'm the worst. I'm researching it because I wanna instill good habits in myself and hopefully pass that on to my kids. So I don't have good habits with budgeting. So this is a project for me personally too, to improve myself.
Nice. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks very much for coming on. It's been fun, and let's do this again sometime. So
absolutely. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks. All right, I'll catch you later. Cheers.
All right, take care. Bye.